when we see headlines in the news saying that we need to halve our emissions by 2030 or a different amount by 2050, a lot of these numbers have been calculated within our team here at IIASA. What we're seeking to understand is not just the biophysical impacts of climate change, such as temperature and extreme precipitation, but really how this affects our society or our economy. And one of the key things will be really to try to quantify the economic benefits of climate mitigation. Another thing is really to understand different synergies and trade-offs between mitigation and adaptation options. We know we need to do both, but sometimes these work together and sometimes they work against each other. One of my favorite examples is how we respond and how we adapt to heat waves. We know even in the best case scenario, these are going to get worse for the next 20 or 30 years. We're already suffering the effects. And so one key adaptation option is air conditioning. We can use air conditioning, but we know this increases energy use, increases emissions, and this works against our actions on mitigation. Alternative is greening our cities, improving buildings insulation, provides more building comfort, makes our cities more livable, and works in the same direction as our mitigation actions because it saves energy and emissions and money ultimately. I think the best part of my job here at IIASA is working in a really international environment, lots of different people, and this is fun and enriching. But I think also through the wider network of national member organizations, we can see that the work that we do more rapidly reaches into policy through the different governments. We work with them as a trusted partner. One of the things that we work hard on, and increasingly here at IIASA, partly due to also, I think, a growing mistrust of science in general in society, is making our science accessible to the public. And so that means communicating it different ways. Also means making sure that the research that is funded by taxpayers and governments is openly accessible, making those reports and papers easy to download, and also making the code and the data and the software also free and open source. This is not just for transparency and credibility, it also accelerates the pace of science. Others can use our work, it increases the competition, but we build on it together.